Get a Job in Tech, episode 160. Okay, recently I talked to a person the other day. This person's new to IT. He's never been in IT, and basically, here's what I told him. I'll just summarize. Basically, I said this: get a resume. If you don't know how to get a resume or build a resume, GaryMcNeelyIT.com. Search resume in there, and there's a resume template. Okay, what I said was this: on your resume is your name, your phone number, email. That's it. And in this individual's case, wanted a help desk position. So I said, objective to get a position as a help desk administrator. That's it. Okay, education and training. And after education training, I mentioned put your current education, whatever you have, college. If not college, then if you don't have any education or training, and all I have is high school diploma, let's say. And so I said, go to Udemy and find a course. Now, obviously, this individual was going to the government sector, meaning going to government contract. So the government contract needs a Security Plus CE, right? That's if you work for the government, the DoD, you need a 8570, which is Security Plus CE, CompTIA. So I mentioned to this individual, I said, just put that down. Put Udemy, Udemy space, and then the name of the course, and then name of the instructor, and then how many hours the course is. That's it. And then put your previous year's experience in and put only one page is what my advice was. And it was solicited advice because this individual asked me. And so I felt obligated to talk to this individual about that. The other thing I said was, when you go for a job, go to the lowest end. If you're in IT, just get the lowest end. Because you're not really sure, especially if you've never been in IT or tech, if you will. You don't really know what to expect until you get there. So have an open mind and understand the process. It's not going to happen where you make a $50,000 right off the bat. It doesn't work that way. It literally is a process. It could be a short process. It could be a month. It could be 2 months. It could be a year from you getting $15 an hour, let's say, to six figures. It could be a year. It could be 2 months. It's all up to you. And the other thing I mentioned to this individual was stay ready. Stay ready. When you're in IT, a lot of IT individuals, stay ready. Just always work in your craft every single day. Do something in the field. Whatever that thing is, do something in that field. If you're help desk, have your own lab set up at home. Play with it. Play with it once a week. Play with it every day. Have YouTube videos out there so you can reference your own what you did. So you kind of understand. Go to meetups. Go on Discord. Find out other people that are doing what you do and talk to them once in a while. Figure out what's out there and grow, experience more. So that's what I mentioned to this individual. It was really to the point, and that's for anybody out there listening, right? And whatever that thing is you want to do, in IT. Now, I don't know about other technical fields, right? But IT. I can speak on IT because since I do it. Not programming, just IT. Although I could talk on programming because I know a little bit about it. However, starting off point on most IT or IT-related jobs is help desk. Most jobs start off as help desk. Then they go to sysadmin. Then they go to senior sysadmin. Then they go to system engineer, usually. Now that's on the, let's say, Windows/Linux side. The networking side is a little different. So you have like junior net admin. You might have like net admin. You might have network engineer. Then you might have senior network engineer, and then maybe network architect. And those are the fields for that. And you have other various type of roles such as DBA, so database administrators. The good thing is with DBAs, there's only 4 in the world. 4 types of databases, if you will. Now, some could argue that there's many more, and to an extent, you could be accurate. However, the 4 main ones are MySQL, Oracle, DB2, and SQL, Microsoft. Now, obviously, there's ones that are offshoot of that, but what I'm talking about is what makes money. What makes money? you know, Ubuntu in a real world environment doesn't make money. People aren't hiring people to install Ubuntu desktop in the real world. It's not practical. However, they are paying people to install Windows Server in a real world environment. They are paying people to install Active Directory in a real world environment. They are paying people to manage SQL, DB2, Oracle, and to a lesser extent MySQL. Usually, like your web providers, like web hosting companies usually use MySQL because they have their hosting company, obviously. So that's what they use. But the other companies usually most companies out there use some sort of Windows-based system, and they use some sort of Linux-based, not Linux-based, but Cisco-based system. So they usually have like a Windows server. Maybe they have there might be an offshoot Linux server out there, and doing something application or whatever. But anyway, for the most part, it's Windows and it's Cisco. The reason for that is not the hardware side, but the software, because it's easy to manage, and it's their customers use it, and et cetera, et cetera. So whatever that IT field is that you're getting into, find out if there's actually a market for it. Find out if people are actually using that product, or you're trying to get knowledge in. That way you don't waste your time getting knowledge in something that nobody even goes after. And what's a good example of it? I can't think of a good example right now off the top of my head, but maybe TrueNAS. Yeah, TrueNAS is an offshoot of FreeNAS. That's Linux. But companies aren't going to hire people just to do TrueNAS. They're going to pay the couple $1,000s to the company TrueNAS to build them a system and to get maintenance. They're not going to hire somebody full-time for that. It doesn't work that way. So get yourself a skill. Write down what you want, really. I mean, I'd start with a dollar amount. How much do you want to make in a dollar amount? Okay, that dollar amount, whatever that dollar amount is. Put that in Dice or Indeed. Put the dollar amount. That's what I want to make. If it's 100,000, put 100,000 in there, and look at the jobs that pay 100,000, and then sort out. Okay, I can do this. The other thing is going back to what I talked before. On your resume, name, phone number, email, done, and then Udemy, and then the course you're taking, Active Directory, whatever, and then throw it out into the world. Throw it out to the world. Let them come to you in some regards. You could be chasing a bunch of possibilities, but throw it out there and let the recruiters come to you. Put whatever you're doing, whatever skill set you're getting a cert in or whatever, your training you have, put in your resume and put it out there. Put it on Indeed and Dice and all that stuff, and then see what comes back so you can get that confidence so you can be much, much more ready for the next opportunity. Thanks a lot.